Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning,
There's a lovely
Jordan.
smiley face. You're right, Joe. Not that yours is not smiley, Tracy. You've got an extra smiley face.
I try. I don't. I'll be grateful for the end of the summer holidays. I'm not smiling so much at this point.
Oh,
I adore my
Is it
children. That sounds
hysteria,
awful.
Jordan?
Yeah, very much so. It's the whole balance, isn't it? Every year it just seems to get even harder and more expensive, and I'm just like, oh, can we go back to routine now? I want my routine back.
and wait till they're about 18,
Oh,
because it doesn't get easier, does it, Tracy? You know, we've
No.
both brought everybody else's kids up, and when you get to that, well, as a parent, when you've got younger kids, you can manage them, dress them, feed them what you want. As they get older, they tell you what they want. Can you drive me here? Can you drop me here? Can you pick me here? I don't want to eat that. Yeah. And
And wait, you get grandchildren. Grandchildren are even better because you reap the rewards then, Jordan. You can do what you want with your grandchildren because nobody can say out to you.
literally what I said to my other half the other day. I was like, well, at least we've got to look forward to grandchildren.
yeah. And it's revenge. Grandchildren are revenge in a nice way.
Yeah, they are.
Tracy, are you recording all of this? Is this all going on YouTube? No.
Yeah.
It's great as well.
Oh, we've got plenty of people coming this morning. Didn't expect so many. We've been school holidays still.
Hello, everyone.
Morning.
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 My kids have gone back, Tracy, my younger ones. They went back yesterday.
Have they?
Yeah, in Colne, a few of the Pennine Trust schools have only done a 5-week school holiday. So I think a lot of families find it quite a long time for families. So yeah, they all went back yesterday. My older one's still at home.
It did. I used to live in Brayfield and I went to school in Brayfield, and our school holidays were 5 weeks. In Burnley, they're 6 weeks. I think everywhere else they're 6 weeks. So there you go, Jordan. Move to Colne.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a bit drastic.
We're very friendly. Well, I am.
I know, but it's a bit drastic to just up sticks just to get an extra week.
They do have 2 weeks at October though, which if they're going to add it on to another time, I thought May would be better because at least the weather's nice.
Yeah.
But because of SATs and stuff like that, they can't do it. So yeah.
Well, it's great driving into work because the roads are quiet.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
North Valley Road is just like a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, totally
always is.
agree. Road's been really quiet at the moment. Yeah. It's been peaceful coming to work.
That was the good thing about COVID, weren't it? All roads were clear.
Yeah.
Great coming to work.
But because I come from Bradfield, there's a big sign there saying there's going to be a major electric roadworks going to start from September till December. I said,
Barry, where?
Great. Just before the B&Q roundabout.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, lovely. That's what happened. I thought, oh no, don't want that, especially when it's school time.
Morning, Ruth. Nice to see you. It's rare Ruth can make an appearance because I think you have your drop in, don't you, on a Thursday morning?
Yes, I've decided to improve though.
Well, Naveed has promised to keep herself on mute for longer in meetings as an act of kindness to everybody. So just because Naveed's here. There you go. You see, she's gone on mute now. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I think we'll crack on. Thank you. It's lovely to see so many of you here. I didn't expect so many with it still being school holidays. So thank you all for taking time out to come and join the party. Jodie, just before I forget, people have been listening to the podcast.
Go on.
And I've had some lovely feedback.
Good.
Saying how confident we both sound.
Good.
And then it was a really interesting discussion. So
good.
so we can If you look on Advocacy Focus's website, you'll find the podcast that Jodie and I did. Jodie,
I can pop a link in the chat if you like. Yeah, I'll pop
that'd
a
be
link
brilliant.
in. Yeah.
That'd be good. Have a listen. It's all about volunteering. And I can't remember, it's that long. I can't remember. What else did we talk? Oh, we talked about all sorts
We
of stuff.
talked about all kinds, didn't we? We truly did. It was supposed
Yeah.
to be, it was loosely volunteering, wasn't it? But we had a lovely time. We had a good laugh. So yeah,
did.
it was a good
We did.
podcast. It was
Yeah,
worth a
it was.
listen.
Highly recommended. So if Jodie asks you to be on one of her podcasts, please do, because she's very good. She makes you feel very welcome and very relaxed. And
Thank you.
to the point where we to really look at how long we were doing.
We did.
Because we were saying, you know, long as Jodie wanted it to be, were 40 minutes. We could have gone on for about 3 hours, I think.
We could.
I think, yeah. So thank you, Jodie.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. It was a lovely experience. It was. It's always good. It's always lovely for me when I got on with my guests, and then it's just a lovely backwards and forwards. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
So, so thank you everybody for coming. We have some free spaces on our spotlight spot. I think we've had them for the last couple of months. So if anybody has got anything burning that they want to talk about for 10 minutes, they are more than welcome to. I'm looking around people. People are going, oh no, I haven't prepared anything. Or you can just listen to me. But in future, I might invite people to talk about their service. If we're not getting any spotlight people volunteering, I might just invite people to come and talk about, you know, what they're doing, what their organisation's about. Even if there's nothing new happening, it's always useful for people to find out what their organisations do, what other organisations are doing. So yeah, Katie.
We've got 3 new things happening in the next month, so I'll be happy to talk about them. Maybe not for 10 minutes, but but I'd like to speak about those if that's possible.
Yeah, of course. So I'll quickly go through the Health and Wellbeing Partnership update, and then we can get on to what we're really interested in, which is everybody's updates, and we can find out what each other are doing. So the Adult Social Care Transformation Fund, Lancashire County Council, I haven't really got an update other than to say that I'm desperately trying to find time to write a proposal for LCC for the social connector for hoarding, to support people that have got hoarding issues, to increase the confidence in engaging with agencies and organisations that can help them, and also a befriending project. So I don't think I'm going to get time before I go on leave in a couple of weeks, but I will keep you updated on that. The health and wellbeing subgroups haven't met. I know we've got a meeting next week. The housing and I can't remember what it was. It was about mould in housing and the respiratory problems. So I'll give you an update on that next month. And if you've got any issues that keep coming through, you know, in the past we've had, Katie kindly told us about, you know, there were concerns about single mums coming in because of the cost of living crisis going up. There was a concern that there might be resorting to sex work. So I fed that into the Health and Wellbeing Partnership, and we've had various others as well. So if during your update you could give us any themes that are coming through, or anything that you feel that your organisation's concerned about, that'd be really good. Acts of kindness, I've already mentioned that Naveed she's doing it. She's keeping herself on mute for longer, just to give an act of kindness to us all. And we're doing this. I'm going to get some photographs taken of our lovely tree. It's looking more like summer now. At first, it was looking a bit like winter because there were barely any leaves on it. But our tree now has lots of leaves on it. It looks a lot like summer in full bloom. So I'm going to get some photographs and put them up on our website. Speaking of our website, we have just renewed our front page. Our front page were a bit busy, and it had a lot of photographs of all members of staff on there that no longer work for us. So we've updated that. So please do take a look at our website and tell us what you think. I think that's it for the agenda. So while I'm on, I will stop talking in a minute, I promise. Ruth, it's not always like this. I promise I'll stop talking. So the new, I'll just give an update, an hour update, and then I'll shut up and let everybody else talk. So the new Volunteering for Health project linked to our Volunteering for Health and Community Hub is now up and running. Lisa Ross is leading on the project. Please do get in touch if you'd like to know more about it or like to contribute. This is all about working across Lancashire on developing a process and foundation for volunteers, primarily the NHS volunteers, as well as a quality standard using our well-established and accredited processes. So that support mechanism that we have in place for volunteers, we're hoping to roll out across Lancashire. Christine Blythe, our Chief Exec and Treasurer of Lancashire Association of CVSs, she's working with the National Lottery on a bid for the whole of Lancashire. And this will involve people in the local area making decisions on funding allocations for the National Lottery, which is quite interesting and quite exciting. So watch this space. I'll let you know on any updates for that. Funding streams, our RCBs, the first round was open and the deadline was a couple of weeks ago. The funding panel sits this afternoon. So anybody that's applied will get to know in the next week or so. We, as part of, we've got a new panel this year as well. Ruth's part of that panel. They are brand new. We've reviewed our processes and asked for people that wouldn't normally make decisions on funding to come forward, from our groups, to come forward and take part in this decision-making process. So briefings have taken place with all the panel members and they were well received, as they would be. I did them, so of course they were. So as part of this, we're also asking for groups to help us review all of our processes, starting with funding. We've started with the ICB application process, and we've implemented most of the changes that were suggested by the people that sat in the workshops. Some couldn't be changed due to funders' requirements, but that was explained at the time. And the next process will be the reporting process, so that monitoring and evaluation stuff. So if you'd like to get involved, please contact Heather. I'll put her email in the chat. Eric Wright is still open. Please do apply. Community cohesion and resilience funding. There were a lot of groups that were successful in Burnley, and we are now working on some items that were brought up from the Burnley communities together. So there'll be a short training program that we're going to encourage people to get involved with, and we'll give you more details as and when we can. Naveed's got a hand up. Yes, Naveed.
Tracy, I was just going to say, is it worth asking everybody here? I mean, we can talk about do you want me to do it now? We're looking at an offer for community groups and people who work in the community. So it's not just a welcome for everybody and anybody. It's for people who are supporting communities we're looking around social media training, mis and disinformation, having difficult conversations, reporting hate crimes, and we're looking at a series of training sessions. Now, the first one that we were looking at around social media, we've got to develop what it's going to be like. And I just wanted to ask everybody here, if that offer was made to you, would you prefer it online or in person? Would you would you like an hour-long session or half a day session in terms of, and what kind of information would you like to see? So if people can kind of just either put it in the chat or let me know and I can take some notes. What do you think, Tracy? We could just kind of get a picture from what people would think would work best for their organisation and for your time.
Yeah. Anybody? There's lots of nods. So
I'll let you manage all that side, Tracy. I'll make the notes.
Yeah. Okay. So Ruth.
Unmuting. I'm sorry. I was just sitting there waiting for it to unmute itself. I think it's an absolutely excellent idea. I'm so pleased that this is happening. It will be invaluable to our charity. And I can see a case for a mix of approach, Naveed. I think there is such a benefit sometimes from coming together as a group, because this is going to be a challenging thing for people to take on, isn't it? Challenging conversations. It's good to have peer support, you know, a really the peer support that you can feel. In addition, maybe if there are more theoretical things that can be done online, it would be good for people to do it with a mixed approach. But I'd like to book 100 places.
Nice try.
I've noted it, Ruth.
Thank
Don't
you,
worry.
Thank you, Ruth. Katie's putting the chat online an hour or two, please. An hour to 2 hours, please.
That down.
Is there anyone else that would like to offer an opinion or comment? No. Okay. Oh, Hassan, you've unmuted yourself. No?
Yeah, I think I would and blending learning as well. So especially for those people who might not have access to internet, so face-to-face will help them as well. But yeah, it'll be a good idea, especially for a lot of parents, not quite sure what the kids are up to nowadays. So it'll be a good opportunity.
Yeah.
It will be aimed at parents, Hassan. What we're looking at doing is developing it and delivering it aimed at community groups.
Yeah.
So people working, so somebody like yourself who would then be able to cascade it out to your community groups or the people that you work with, but to give you the confidence and the tools to be able to navigate this complex world of social media. That is for me at my age range. Didn't even have internet when I was born.
Me either. We barely had a phone. We didn't have a phone till I was 10. So thank you for that. If anybody's got any further thoughts, please do contact Naveed. Naveed will put her emails addresses on the members sheet, but I'm sure she'll put it in the chat as well. Thanks, Naveed. So thank you for that. Our 90th anniversary, we've been around since 1935. Yeah, I'm still banging on about it, and I will be all year because it's our 90th year this year. We've had we've had articles published in the Burnley Express starting from 1935, just after the Battle of the Somme, and moving into present day. So if you want to have a look, they're all on there. They're all on the Burnley Express, and they're also all on our website as well. Some of them are quite long, I will warn you. Some of them are quite long because we did a lot in some areas. And if you would like to contribute to our 90th anniversary celebrations, we're collecting testimonials, comments about how CVS has helped your organisation or helped you as an individual. So if you'd like to write something, it doesn't have to be War and Peace, it can just be a few lines. If you'd like to write something, you can send it to our Tom and our chief exec, and we are collecting all of these and we will publish them all. So thank you for that. I'll give you email addresses in the chat. We have ongoing training and workshops for groups. Me, I continue to deliver the monitoring and evaluation workshops for groups. And these are mostly for the people that have been successful with our funding, but it can be anyone. If you've no funding from us, it doesn't matter. You can come on, and it's always good, even if you've done monitoring and evaluation for a lot of years, it's always good to have a refresher and just see if there's anything else. And it's good for you to contribute to the discussion as well. So I'll give you Heather's email address to book onto one of them. And like I said, we're working with Naveed and Burnley Council on the programme of training. So that's us for now. So I'm going to just go around my screen and just tell us all about what you're working on, you know, if there's any worries or anything that anybody could help with, and also any themes that are coming through, and I'll make a note and I'll take them along to the Health and Wellbeing Partnership. So thank you. So Tammy, you're first on my screen. Is she there? She looks like she's in space, doesn't she? Yes, she's there.
I'm here, sorry.
Right.
Hiya guys, hope you're all well. I'm really sorry, I've got a really bunged up nose at the moment. I went swimming last night and it seems to, I think I've still got water in my head. Let's have a look. We've got something we are launching. We're really excited. On Monday, we're launching our first steps to numeracy. So it's for Burnley UK SPF, and it's going to be for people taking their first steps into maths. So anyone who might have a barrier there, who's not confident at all, we're going to start the first steps, and that's going to be leading hopefully to a qualification for them. We've run them in the past, our maths courses, and they've been fantastic. We've had really good responses from them, leading people into going into volunteering, and also coming to New Era. They can actually see what we do and the services we have, and it's actually led to some people accessing us for support as well. So that's really good. And as I said, we'll be launching it on Monday. So as soon as we've got some more details on that, we've got everything together, we'll pop that over to you. And we can share it with everyone and let everyone know. So if you might be working with anyone or have anyone in mind that might be available for them, you can always contact me anyway, or give me an email or give me a ring, and I can give you some more information.
Is that it, Tammy? Are you done?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, that's it. I don't know. I feel like I've got like a time lapse on this. I'm in a different room today, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just slightly behind everyone. But yeah, so that's what we're launching. So as I said, as soon as we've got some more info, Tracy will pop it over for you.
Fab, thanks, Tammy. And
Okay.
New Era, one of the organisations that we got a lovely testimonial from, because
Oh,
New Era used to live with us here at
yeah.
Yorkshire Street, and we've supported New Era for a number of years. Not only when they lived with us, it was just, you know, I think we got involved early doors.
Yeah.
And it was a really lovely testimonial, which will also be published. If it hasn't been already, it might well have been already. So thank
Oh,
you for that,
great.
Tammy. And please thank Wendy for us
I
for that
will do.
testimonial. So
Okay.
Naveed, you're next on my screen.
Okay, well, I've talked about the social media training and the offer for further training, which we're in negotiations with now. I'm going to put something in the chat. It was an email I got from my colleague, Catherine, which I thought might be suitable for some of the colleagues on here. It was about registering for Connecting Burnley, how to refer residents for local support. So I don't know if that email's been circulated wider, but I'll put it in the chat. I can't guarantee if there's spaces or there's not spaces because I don't manage that side, but I will definitely send this to you now. And then there's I don't know if there's a link to, if the link works in the chat to register on Eventbrite, and then they'll come back and confirm. But this event's going to take place on Wednesday, the 10th of September. It's 2 till 3:30. And what you'll get from the session, she's put a clear overview of current support projects available locally, practical guidance on how to refer individuals and families for help, insights into who's delivering what and how we can work together, and an opportunity to ask questions, share good practice, and strengthen our local support network. I think it's mainly aimed at people like Jodie from Advocacy Focus, maybe New Era. I don't know. You know your services better than I do. So if it's an opportunity to connect with people who are delivering a similar service, then please do register to attend. The other thing I wanted to mention was on Monday we had Bubbles in the Park. It was a fantastic event. I was there. I think I got sunstroke all day. We had a DJ who'd given his time. He owns the local nightclub. He gave his time for free. We had a singer. We had bubbles. We had free food. It was amazing to actually see all the families that were in Thompson Park. What a beautiful park. Getting together, they brought the picnics, they brought the kids, and I was just impressed at how organised people are. Because if it was me going to take anybody to a picnic in a park, I wouldn't know what to take, and I wouldn't. But people came prepared with chairs, with bubbles, even though we gave bubbles out. But it was just a fantastic community event, which I felt very proud that the people who'd organised it, which was the Rangers and the community, they'd actually organised the event. You know, we just supported it. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So that's it from me, Tracy.
Thanks, Naveed. Thank you very much. Hassan.
Yeah, we've got a few things coming up at the Chai Centre. On 16th of September, we've organised free liver health checks, especially if anyone over 50 wants to get the liver health checks. It'll be at the Chai Centre. You don't have to make an appointment, just come along. So I'll pass this on anyway later on. We've also every other Thursdays, Age UK have a drop-in at the Chai Centre from 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock. So it's Age UK and Health and Wellbeing. They do quite a few advice, support. So we've got that coming on. The third thing we've coming up is working with Lancashire Adult Learning. Starting from 8th of September, we'll be doing introduction to health literacy, especially for those people whose English is not the first language. So we've got quite a few sessions coming up every week. We'll be looking at introducing health, women and menopause. We'll be looking at cancer awareness. So every week we'll have some different sessions going on for the whole year. So it'll be every Mondays. We will introduce. I'll pass the courses on later on. And during September, I think second week in September, we got Lancashire Mind doing wellbeing session at the Chai Centre. And it's been busy. We've got quite a few other services as well. We've got Working Well, have a drop in here. So anyone looking for a job or advice on employment. We've also got the National Energy on Tuesdays, so people struggling with energy advice. And hopefully in the next few weeks, Citizen Advice Bureau will be doing a drop-in here on Thursdays at the Chai Centre. Yeah, that's for me. You're on mute. Tracy, on mute, I think.
Sorry. If I had £1 for every time. Farrier, you're next on my screen.
Hiya. Hiya, you okay? I was just trying to unmute myself. So we just in a process of hiring a dementia support officer who's just going to specifically support people looking after people with dementia. So if anybody willing to, apply for this role, just look on our website so we can just promote more support for the people and more more peer support groups and more support for people who's caring for people with dementia. So please, this is what I just wanted to say for today. Please look at our website. We are in a process of hiring a person. So if anybody you think is suitable for this job role, they can just apply for it, please.
Fab. Thank you, Farrier. If you put the website link in the chat, people can have a look at it then.
Yeah,
Thank you,
of course.
Farrier.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ruth, you're next.
Is that gone? Am I still muted?
Yeah, you're on. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. My computer's running really slowly. I thought I'd be last, Tracy, because I joined that. I've been sitting here listening.
No.
Oh, well, well, good morning, everybody. I don't know if you know where I'm from. I'm from New Neighbours Together, Asylum and Refugee Support in Burnley. And I've never had time to come along to these meetings, but I'm really glad to be here now. So I think the main thing I want to say is that our service is really, really grateful for all the partnership support that we get. It's very important to us to work in partnership and to be able to refer to people with expertise. So it's very good to hear about all of this. The main challenges upcoming for us at the moment revolve around the current situation with right-wing unrest. And we feel very challenged by this, but we're also very confident that working together with our partners and council that we can weather the storm and support people and get through it. So we will be targeting in particular, working in partnership, particularly with Tracy and Naveed, who are part of our City of Sanctuary Network steering group, a large outreach programme, which we hope to do imaginatively if we get the funding. So I think over the coming months, working with Tracy and Naveed, that we will possibly be contacting people to say, do you need an outreach visit? And there'll be something that we do. I think I had quite a conversation yesterday at West End with Kate and the group there. But that will be our main thrust that we, I think, is really important for me to get over here on Burnley Linked. So that's really all I want to say at the moment. I could talk forever, and that would become very boring for everybody. And but that for me is printed on my forehead at the moment. We have to work together to show that Burnley is stronger together, and that there are more people in Burnley that wish to be united than those that wish to rip us apart.
Yeah, agreed, wholeheartedly. So thank you for that, Ruth. So if anybody, Ruth's contact details are on the membership list. If your organisation, you think your organisation would benefit from a visit from the lovely ambassadors from New Neighbours Together, please do get in touch. They tell very interesting stories, their lived experience, and how they are trying to make a new life in this country we call United Kingdom. So so thank you for that, Ruth.
Can I just say, it's also really important to us that we're developing a team who can contribute and be seen to contribute to our community in Burnley. So that's why I'm so interested in Naveed's training in particular with training on social media and mis and disinformation. But we are looking to make opportunities for it to become more commonplace for somebody from our outreach team to pop in and out of projects, to be a face that's seen and to be an acknowledged part of the community, somebody who is contributing back and not taking all the time. You know, if we're going to have cohesion, we all have to contribute equally. It can never be equal if you're always being done to and not doing. That's my own philosophy there, girls.
Good point, Ruth. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Naveed.
Tracy, just on the back of that, I just wanted to remind everybody on here who probably works with the community, delivering a service in the community, in the heart of the community, the importance of, if they're coming across anybody who's kind of suffering any kind of hate crime, any kind of crime, or any risks or threat, it's very important to report it to the police, even if you log it online, because if we get reports, then the police can do something about something. There's a lot of information going about. There's a lot of conversations taking place about people behaving badly in a public space, people's windows getting smashed, just all sorts of things are happening. But if you feel that any of your service users or anybody is being affected by anything locally, please do report it. If you feel concerned and you don't know if it's is it reportable, is it not, by all means drop me a line, because there's a group of us actually working and looking at these kind of issues on a daily basis to try and reassure and work with the police and partners to make sure that there is cohesion and community safety first and foremost in Burnley.
Thank you, Naveed. Katie, follow that.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Ruth, for everything that you're doing with New Neighbours Together. It's a fantastic charity, and everyone else as well. I'm from Christians Against Poverty. I'm not often able to come on a Thursday, so it's lovely to see you all. Pat predominantly was set up to work with people who are struggling with debt, unmanageable debt, and the way that we work is we meet people in their homes, and we will do all our work with them face to face in their homes. I'm what's called a debt coach. I'm not a financial advisor, but we have financial advisors and debt advisors in our head office over in Bradford. And our job is sort of to walk alongside people with that. What I'll do is I will I'm currently in the process of, I've just come back off leave, so my head's a bit all over the place. I'm in the process of putting together some stuff with our most recent and up-to-date information. So the way you refer into us, it's an 0800 number, but we can also come out and see people who are maybe a bit nervous about phoning that number and phone it with them. If you're working with a family or an individual who you think would benefit from our support, I am more than happy to come and see them with you. And we quite often do that as well. It's very relational, and I think often if you're not sure about something, if you meet somebody who's going to be working with you, you're much more likely to engage. So we do that a lot. The other things that have sort of grown up around CAP doing the debt work was actually supporting people in either preventing them going into debt or staying out of debt. So the two main things that we have for that is something called money coaching. It did used to be called CAP Money, but it's my dad used to say same dog washed. So money coaching is it's like about a 4-hour session, and it's teaching you how to build a budget. It's teaching you how to use 3 bank accounts to manage your money better. And it's very much so you have one bank account where your money goes out of, another bank account that is your weekly spending account. So you pay yourself a weekly amount, that's to stick within your budget. And then you have your savings account. And that's for things that happen every year, such as birthdays, Christmases, anything that happens like that. School uniform, if you have a car, your MOT, those sorts of things. So it means you're not getting to that month and thinking, oh, blooming heck, I've got to spend an extra however much money this month. And we're running that on Saturday, the 20th of September from 10 till 2 at Life Church in Burnley. I'll get all this out to you. But we're just doing that over one day. So there'll be lunch provided. And I say that'll be the budgeting course. The other thing that sort of then came from that was something called life skills, which is about learning to live well on a low income. If you have a budget, it's fair enough, but if you're not able to live to that budget, then you might need to look at the way that maybe you're doing your shopping, maybe your energy advice, maybe looking at doing your cooking skills and things like that. And that's an 8-week course, and that's going to be starting on the 25th of September from 10 till 12 at Valley Street with lunch. So we have different people that come in and support that as well, come and do some stuff around energy advice. So we look at when you go shopping, making sure you do like a weekly meal plan, taking a shopping list with you to the supermarket. Also branding down. I mean, I've got kids and they're still obsessed with Wotsits rather than cheesy, whatever they're called. But that is trying to get people into that sort of thing. So that's starting on the 25th of September. And then the additional thing to this, which is something that's new in the area, is Job Club. And it runs similar, I suppose, to other sort of job support groups, but it is a club. It's somewhere you can come along. It's very gentle coaching and support, and that's going to be starting at downtown on the 4th of September from 9:30 to 11:45. And that's going to be having access to things like laptops, being able to look for work, search for jobs, help with your CV. But it's not just about work either. It's about maybe looking at volunteering or training. So Michael, who's going to be running that, I think he's getting in contact with lots of people that already offer things around training and stuff as a way of us to sort of refer onto that. We're working quite closely with the DWP on those. So currently in Burnley, we have all the offer that CAP has, all the services provided now in the area. But what I'll say I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put something together and I'll get it sent out by Tracy with all the different things that are happening and how you access it. But if you have any questions, my details are on the information that goes out to everyone. If you have any questions, you can just ask me if you think I've just witted on a bit and you're not quite sure what exactly I've said. But yeah, that's everything that we've got going on at the moment.
Thanks, Katie. Ruth.
Oh, Kate, I wouldn't have raised my hand. You said have you any questions afterwards. I wanted to ask you which day the job club was.
Yeah, that's going to be on a Thursday from 9:30 to 11:45 at downtown.
Okay, and second question. The money coaching, the 4-hour session sounds fabulous. Yeah. I'm amazed at 3 bank accounts. Crimes. Yeah. Goodness.
It really works. It's a really good way of managing your money.
Well, is it something that if somebody did in our organisation, we would be able to teach people?
Yeah, you can.
I just don't know how we get our people. You know, it's bad enough setting people up with one bank account. Kate, at the moment. You know, I realise
some bank accounts you can have like separate things from that, if that makes sense. So And actually, initially, it used to be 2 bank accounts. So most current accounts, even if it's a basic current account, you can have a savings account linked to it. And we used to talk about having cash. So it was predominantly that you took out your cash for the week, a bit like my nanny, my grandma used to have a tin, and in her tin she had all these different envelopes, and she had an envelope for her gas or electricity and all the rest of it, her fuel money. Um, and that's actually what we originally used to talk about doing. And for some people, if they're only able to get one bank account, that might be a way of still doing it. The reason we talk about having a separate bank account now is that not everywhere takes cash now, especially since COVID. Cash is a better way of doing it because you can actually see your money going down. And we talk about actually speaking to kids about spending money with cash, because I think a lot of children now see their parents using a card and it doesn't seem like they're actually spending anything. It's just like free money. Um, if you ever want, I could come and run it for you, Ruth. If you had a group of people that you'd like me to come and run it with, I'd be
The
more than happy
difficulty
to.
would be the language.
Yeah.
And let me have a think about it, but I think that idea is really good. And not in this forum, but there are only certain banks that will deal with this when people are first setting up accounts. Some of them will have nothing to do with it. You know, they just aren't in the game. But it is an issue. You know, fuel costs. People who've lived as asylum seekers have no idea what fuel costs are, and very quickly get into all that kind of thing. I think it sounds really exciting, and
yeah,
we
can have a
just
chat
squash it
separately.
in. Yeah, that possibly.
Yeah.
Soon.
That's what this is all about, Ruth, making those connections and then strengthening those relationships outside these meetings.
Yeah, thanks, Tracy.
That's okay. So, Katie and Ruth, if you could have a chat outside, and that sounds really exciting.
We will.
Yeah, sounds really good. Thank you very much. Thanks, Katie. Jodie, you've waited patiently.
Oh, it wouldn't go off mute then. Maybe it doesn't want me to talk. We'll keep her quiet a little bit longer, eh? I feel like Nareed's doing me kindness thing, a bit quiet. Anyway, so those of you who don't know me, I'm Jodie Roberts. I manage a project that's over across on Hargreave Street in Burnley, but covers all of East Lancashire. So we have a community focus hub, which is on Hargreave Street, where people can drop in between the hours of 10 till 2, and that's Monday, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also have outreaches that are currently in Pendle, Stubby Community Gardens, and also Cone Citadel, so 3 months. And we also do visits to people's homes to be able to support them on a wide variety of different things. So that can be benefits, housing, form filling. It can be things along the lines of attending GP appointments with people, supporting them when they're having mediation appointments. It's quite wide and vast advocacy because it's whatever that person would like and whatever's most important to them. Recently, we've had a very big influx of people. Our numbers and our applications and referrals have significantly grown. Probably the most busiest period of time that we've had since I started managing the projects. It'll be 2 years since we've been going. The larger majority of people are coming through for either PIP form completion or UC50 completion or DLA completion for the children going back to school. I don't know if you've ever done any of these forms, but they are long and large pieces of work. So with us, what we've had to do because of that is just put a temporary pause on new referrals just until we just get caught up, really. So I'll probably keep you updated on how that goes. There is still the facility, like I say, to drop in down to the hub if you do want to, between the hours of 10 till 2, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and one of our advocate team will support you there and then. But it's just so that we can just get caught up, because they are, like I say, large pieces of work and we're getting a lot through. So yeah, if you need us, you know where we are. But please don't come. No, I'm joking. I am joking. But our doors are always open. We've got lovely coffee.
I know the feeling, Jodie. You know, we do this, don't we? We talk really well about our services and how we can help people, and then we get an influx, and because we are charities, we haven't got enough staff. There's never enough staff. There's never enough time to do anything. So we've got to do what we can and I've put temporary pauses on some of our referrals sometimes, particularly with children and young people. because it's just impossible to, and you don't want to raise expectations either.
Exactly. Yeah. And it is just that, isn't it? You know, it's just hopefully once we get caught up a little bit, and like I say, if it was a small piece of work, then that would be fine. But when they're quite large pieces of work that take up quite a lot of time, it's just getting caught back up again. So I'll just keep you all updated when we open back up again for new referrals. But like I say, the drop-in facility is still there, and still people to be able to help and support down at the hub.
Fab. Thanks,
Right.
Jordan.
No worries. Thank you.
Katie said your charity has helped a lot of our clients.
So you've helped us. I've worked quite a lot with Christians Against Poverty. They're brilliant. Thank you.
Fab. Thank you. That's what we like to hear. Plenty of partnership working, like Ruth says. We need each other, don't we? So thank you, Jordan. Rashta, you've waited patiently too. Nikki, I'm coming to you.
Hi, there's nothing that we're actually working on locally at the moment in Burnley. Just like to say to people that just hang in there with us. We're going through this massive change, as you know, in the ICB. We don't know, about our structures and everything, so it's just like a difficult time at the moment. But we are trying to like carry on, work as normal. But there's nothing else. But going forward, listening to all the work that you guys are doing, it's just absolutely fantastic. And we would want to, work with you together collaboratively and co-produce things for the ICB. And in future we will. And when there is something coming up, I will let you know.
Fab. Thank you, Rashta. Rashta works in the communications team at the Integrated Care Board. And what Rashta and David Rogers have done have taken information from these meetings and others and fed them up to those decision makers, put them in front of people that can make those decisions, particularly around funding services, delivery of services, etc. Thank you, Rashta. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Tracy.
Nikki.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much, guys. So I'm Nikki. I work at FCMS. We are a health and wellbeing services provider who offer various different services across Lancashire, but we also cover other areas of the UK as well. I manage the NHS Health Checks team. And for those of you who don't know, an NHS Health Check is a free checkup of your cardiovascular health. It's a preventative programme that was rolled out by the NHS. You are supposed to be able to get these checks at your GP surgery, but as we all know, trying to get an appointment at your GP surgery is nigh on impossible. So we offer these health checks. We can come to various different venues. We have our own mobile clinic set up in a like a box van. It's all kitted out with 2 private clinical cubicles. Cardiovascular check takes around 30 minutes per patient. And what we do is we check height and weight, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugars, and we go through some questions about patients' family history, their alcohol consumption, diet, smoking, exercise levels. If you have one of these checks at your GP, it tends to take around 10 to 14 days to get the results, and it's usually just a quick text message from the practice. We use a point of care testing system, and we can deliver the same results within around 10 minutes. So we are able to then go through all the details of what the tests that we've done with the patient while they are there in front of us. We pop the details on a booklet, and we can refer them to services like Healthy Weight Management, Smoke Free Lancashire, various different services that are widely available across Lancashire. The only areas that we don't cover are Blackpool and Blackburn with Darwin. But I just wanted to quickly mention that we've got a couple of public clinics that are taking place in September. On the Saturday, the 6th of September, we are at the Chai Centre with Hassan. It's a walk-in clinic, so normally we have a booking system that we use and patients can pre-book their appointments, but this is a walk-in referral from the Harry bus that's going to be there. And then on the 27th of September, which is also a Saturday, our Health Checks van is going to be outside the One Beyond shop on St James's Street. That is a bookable clinic that's going to be going on our website soon, so patients can book in their slots. What I'll do is I'll pop in the link so that people can, obviously, if you can, would be kind enough to pass it around. But what I am hoping is we're really struggling to get some clinics booked within the Burnley area, especially throughout October and into November. So really this was just a bit of a reach out if anybody knows of any potential venues that we would be able to link in with, any organisations, charities where we would potentially be able to hold a clinic and try and reach out to the members of the community of Burnley to deliver these free health checks. It would be massively appreciated. So I will put my contact details in the chat for you.
And Nikki, we've got 2 venues. We've got here at Yorkshire Street and Gano Community Centre, which I'm sure that we could accommodate clinics there. Naveed.
Hi, Nikki. I think we've exchanged emails
We
about
have.
the cancer trailer. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
And I was just ringing. Well, I'm ringing. I'm not ringing. I'm speaking to you online to check. Did you? It's only Thursday. I wanted to check, have you heard back about holding your trailer in the town centre in October? Because it was a bit of a long-winded process.
Not as yet, no.
So, right, okay, I'll follow that one up then for you.
Thank you. But that's it from me.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you very much. Just a short update from Kate, who had to go. Kate's working with Unity Hope House and West End Women, producing a quilt to celebrate diversity. She's working on the Lantern Festival with Laura from Groundworks and the Diversity in South West Burnley from mid-October to mid-November. Anyone who wants to get in touch, Kate's contact details are there in the chat. So thank you, everyone. You know, I always fret a little bit, especially when it's getting like quarter to 11. I'm thinking, are we going to finish on time? And we always do. I don't know what I fret about. We always do. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being so engaged and so engaging as well. Has anybody got any final words that they want to say? Anything that they've just remembered or... No, okay, nobody's waving at me. So, okay. So, you've now got, according to my clock, you've got 10 minutes where you are actually in this meeting. But I won't tell anybody. You can go and scarf off for 10 minutes now. Go outside, run around the block, go and eat some chocolate or whatever is your fancy. But you've got a spare 10 minutes. We won't, will we not, gang? We won't tell anybody that we're not in this meeting. So I'm going to scarf off for 10 minutes now. I'm going to go and walk around.
Tracy, this is being recorded and being put on YouTube. No. We're all going to get into trouble.
We're not going to get into trouble because it'll have already been done. See, I'll tell Tom not to put it on yet, so it'll have already been done. And we don't do this every meeting, do we not, gang? No, we don't. So, so thank you, Nikki. Thank you. Nikki's put the link in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, like I said, for being so engaged and so engaging. And I'll see you next month. So anything that anybody wants sharing, please do send it over to us. And take care. Have a lovely 10 minutes, but have a lovely rest of the day. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
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 Bye.